you doing? I'm Peyton. I'm working. I'm working. How about yourself? How you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I have to remind them that it's a beautiful day. It's paradise. No matter what they think. Yeah, he says that we are the homeless center of the world. People want to know. I said, well, they want to know. We got residents, we got homeless, and we just all trying to get along. And add into that drugs and alcohol and mental health. It can be tough at times, but it's not undoable. It's not undoable. Right people together.
How long you been with the bid?
I have been with the bid since December of 20. Second week of December of 20. And I'm homeless. And I was working 2 jobs, so I just woke up one day and I was tired of drinking beer. I just said, I'm tired of drinking beer, I'm gonna get a job. 2 weeks later I was doing it. And then another job.
Wow. You still got 2 jobs?
I do security at night.
So you got 2 jobs now still?
Yes, sir. Yes. The pandemic is kicking back in, but I'm so what I do is I guard buildings or construction sites, those kind of things, where the homeless might come in and take the stuff.
So what time are you working at night?
Well, I was going from 6 to 4, and now I just go in about 8, 9 o'clock, and I get off at about 3 or 4, and then I'm here at 7.
At what time are you here?
At 7.
Oh my God, you don't get much sleep.
No, and then dumb me when it got a puppy. Okay, on top of all that, I got a puppy. My mind was thinking grown dog for sure. And I ended up doing a 4-week-old puppy having to feed him milk. And I was like,
wow.
But now, tomorrow he'll be 12 weeks old, so I'm getting it done, And we're almost inseparable, so it was worth it. He's a beautiful little puppy. Everybody knows him. And he's getting lazy on me now. At first, I couldn't leave him at home. Now, I'll get up in the morning, I'll be like, come on, man, let's go. He's looking at me like, I'm come get me a lunch.
Do you bring him to work with you?
I do bring him to work with me, yeah, every day.
Is he here now?
He is now. I just said I don't bring him till lunch now because he's big enough. Because I'm in the shelter on the bridge. I'm in the bridge, and he's big enough. It's his cubicle, but he's big enough now to where he doesn't use the bathroom. He's like totally potty trained already, and I let him use the bathroom in the morning. He just waits for me.
So he stays in the cubicle?
He stays in that cubicle. Well, I have him tied to my bed. He don't just stay there. Like he's that good. No, he ain't that good yet. I'm working on it.
So he's there now?
Yes, sir. He is there now. Waiting on me to come get him. With all the excitement that little puppy can have.
Wow.
Yeah.
What kind of dog is it?
A Cane Corso. Cane Corso mix.
Oh.
So he'll probably be one of the biggest dogs out here on the boardwalk. And going fast. I actually, I know all the vendors and a lot of the owners too since I've been out here. And I've been telling them, look, my puppy is looking for a job. I'm just teasing. I'm saying you're going to be eating all that food. I got 2 jobs. I think he's going to need a job too if he want to keep eating. I didn't know the food was that expensive.
Oh, yeah.
I had a dog for like 10 years. And I went to the pet store. I went back and told some of my friends, I said, this food costs more than mine. I was like, oh, I didn't put, I just wanted the puppy, man. I seen them and fell in love with them instantly, and I was like, how much? And I got him, and I don't regret it.
How old was he when you got him?
4 weeks old.
Oh.
He wasn't weaned off the milk yet. So I got that weaning milk, and yeah, I could tell because he used to wake me up in the middle of the night. He wanted to get to bed and peed on all my covers, And then when I washed them all, Then he tore all the covers up. I got one pair of shoes. This is not a complaint, by the way. This is an observation. I got one pair of shoes. If I wash my socks, I could wear 5 pairs. So I have 5 pairs. But when I finish, I'm only gonna have 2 complete pairs because you can shoot holes in all the rest of them.
Oh, yeah.
So I have to say it to him, be like, man, this is my stuff, and this is your stuff. You got 22 toys, and this is my stuff. So when I get there, I get right down on my hands and knees, and I'll be like, I can tell he did something. And I go, man, where is it? I'm looking around, I find my socks, I find my pants. Anything that's mine is his. You know, so I came up with this plan. I said, now, when I eat, he always wants some. And I said, okay, so when I give him his food, I'll be like, hey, let me get some of your food. Come here, man. I bother him too. And he's looking at me like, I'm not sharing.
Show him what it's like.
So I'm learning as we go along, you know? I'm learning, we learn together. But again, you know, I wouldn't want to live without them, so I see why the homeless have pets, because they are by themselves. We by ourselves a lot, you know what I mean? And they become a companion. I talk to him like a person. I really do. So, and that too, he becomes, because I know he's trying to please me all the time. And so I'm trying to help him. And we just learn from each other, you know what I mean? You can learn. That's one thing I do enjoy. I can learn from anybody at any time, you know what I mean?
That's a fine fucking job you're doing there.
Well, thank you. I'm not sure how well it is, but I'm gonna cover the graffiti for sure. And this is one of my neighbors here. Over by the field. I've been over there, and now it becomes Lucy.
Yeah.
And I was telling him about my puppy. I was telling him about watching my puppy. So sick, Lucy, this is wet. This wet, baby.
You don't bring the puppy with you, huh?
I do, but you know, he's getting big enough. He's getting big enough now to where I can get a couple hours break, because right now he's real demanding. I mean, he's tearing up my pants, he's grabbing me, and he's just got all this energy. And if I'm with this paintbrush, God, I'll never kick him back. Man, get off me. He won't stop. He won't stop.
Persistent.
He just will not stop. You know? So I invented some games with the leash as I'm walking them. I got one with a hook, and I can hold half the leash, and then the other half I can swing it around, and he can stop biting me, and he can bite the leash. And then at least I can get to where I want to go. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, I'm not even going to be able to get to where I'm trying to go with him. But
Are you taping this?
yes.
I see you got,
This will be live.
huh?
This is going to be live. Right here. The producer just gave me this.
Yeah, that camera.
So I'm saying I'm going to be live. Yeah, he's going to call me, and then I'm going to be live. I don't know.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I mean, I know I'm going to be live, but
Our neighbor, they had her on TV talking about helping the homeless down
well, I am homeless. So I'm pretty sure how to help the homeless. Oh, there it is. That's that car. All right, so let's see what's going on. Need a piece of cardboard down the aisle. There's a cardboard. Got it. All right, so I'm at work. How about that? I'm at work, and now I'm stopping. I'm in so much trouble. I'm in so much trouble. I'm enjoying it. We just trying to melt together, I would say. You know, with the residents and then the homeless and everybody, we just all trying to come together, and that's what I try to do. And that guy right there, I don't know if you can see him. That's Boston. Boston! Down there waving at me. So, you know, I'm not an expert at this. Not even a pro. I've never done this before. Maybe I should turn it around again. See me talking. I missed the button again. All right, so then again, I've never done this before. I didn't never think about doing it. And I'm not sure.
What you guys want to know? Boy, I tell you, it's a whole different world out here at nighttime, and that's what I would tell people about being out here to ask the most about homelessness, and particularly Venice, or even downtown Skid Row. The very same people that you see and you're talking to in the daytime are not the same at night. They just go into defense mode, you know, because other people go home, everybody else go home and lock their doors at night, and we can't lock the door, so we have to make sure we're safe. So again, I'll turn the camera around and you can see, but they just removed all the tents and stuff out here. I mean, it was just a plethora of tents and stuff where I seen people build like castles overnight, you know, because of drugs. And I would wake up and I mean, they'd have a living room and a bedroom and upstairs and a backyard. And that lasts about a week, and then they get bored. And I see people, I didn't understand why they were tearing it up, throwing it out on the boardwalk. And then I thought, well, they just remodel it. So, you know, you just make things up to get by out here. And that's how I get along, you know, pretty much everybody I just listen. I listen. Sometimes people say 100 words, only 10 was meant for me. And I have to pick those 10 out. And it seems now it's getting to be 100 words, only 5. But most of people are just asking for help if you can really understand. And I'm talking about the yelling, screaming, cursing, fighting. All that stuff is just a cry for help, you know what I mean? And I'm starting to understand it even more because when you're by yourself all the time and don't really have nobody to talk to, then it comes out that way. Because I was starting to do it myself, you know. I remember walking down here and all of a sudden I just was like, ah! I was like, what the hell was that? You know, and so then that became, I was like, well, I had to look at myself in the mirror, which I do all the time, and I was like, oh, that was a thought, and then I made sound after the thought, so then that was the start of watching people out on the screen, because they're just aggressive, you know, especially for women. Just like that. So again, this is my opening statement.
Were you homeless out here in Venice Beach?
Yes, sir. I was homeless. I've been out here for about 3 years. I was sleeping on the beach. I had another story for you. When I got here, I have a daughter, 16-year-old, was 13, and I told her, she told I told her to come and visit me, and so she said, well, where are you? I said, I'm at the beach. And I have a 23-year-old. He was out here. He's still out here. He was here. And she says, okay. She says, something. She asked me something. Where you going to sleep? I said, I'll sleep under the lifeguard tower. And she said, okay, well, what do you eat? And I said, well, I just, you know, whatever I want pretty much. So when the conversation got to be her turn, I don't know what else it was. She said, ain't no way I'm coming out there to visit you. I go, why? She goes, you don't got no covers, you don't got no bed. She said, you sleep too close to the water. She said, you don't got no food. She says, I said, I eat every day. She goes, how do you eat every day? I said, well, you got food stamps and stuff. She says, you got food stamps? I go, yeah. She goes, I'm still in the So I had to go visit her. But she taught me something too. They all teach me, you know. And I was just telling her, sorry.
Fabian.
Fabian. That's what she's saying, man. Fabian. I was just telling Fabian, go look at this one, you know. That's so cool, huh? But, so that, I got a puppy. I got a puppy, I'll introduce you to him. And he is my companion out there now, you know, to take away some of that loneliness. That's stuff. And then you add mental health and drugs, alcohol. You begin to have quite the combination of unstableness, you know, unrest, and then you get so far into it that it's hard to draw out because, oh, they're gonna call on the boardwalk. Sorry to interrupt that. Here, is that Lassa? There's a lot of people got get killed. I don't know if you guys see it. There's a car coming up the boardwalk. people get killed out here every year because of cars driving on the boardwalk. They're not supposed to be out here. So if this happens to be going across the country, you guys get to Venice, no driving on the boardwalk at all.
So where are you staying now?
Well, I stay at a shelter, the bridge that, what's the mayor's name? The mayor.
Is it in Venice?
It is.
The
It's
show.
on Sunset and Sunset, Maine. And that's where my puppy is. And, you know, I had a lot of trouble going inside after being outside so long. I just wasn't with it at all. I couldn't go inside. That's the problem with being homeless. After you get out here and you stay here a while, and it's hard to go inside. So what I was there 4 months before I ever slept there. But the shower and the bathroom being closed is what really got me in, because, boy, I tell you, 3 o'clock in the morning, the bathroom's not open. and you have to walk a mile down to the other one, hoping that one's open. You know, I go over to the shelter, you know, I stay close to the shelter. So,
How long you been there now?
the shelter, I've been there about 6 months now. But they are supposed to guarantee housing if you stay. And
So you're waiting on that?
yeah, well, yeah, I'm waiting on that. But they really seem to have it right. I mean, I should turn around so I can see. Yeah, the shelter really seems to have it right. They've adjusted, and you have 24-hour access to it. And you know, a lot goes on there, but the little idiosyncrasies, because everybody's a little different. And then you take all of these people and put them in one place where we were spread out before, and it's different.
Is it full there?
Yeah, pretty full now it is. And the pandemic's come back up this 19th day. We're having a little outbreak there. But you know, my thing is you know, between God too. That's really the answer. But we don't really get so sick. But the people that come that have homes and stuff, and I'm not saying that there's so much that they different. People are people, you know. It's just putting a label on the homeless in a place to stay. Other than that, but when they ask me about the pandemic and stuff, I tell them, look, man, I got friends who eat out trash cans. You know what I mean? My immune system is up because they offer me food, and I don't really turn it down. It's not polite. I'm not trying to eat out trash can, but I find different ways to get by everything. I have been out here and I talk to trash cans. You know what I mean? I learned it because I was angry at somebody for doing something, and I found other ways. Like he was beating on the tree, beating on the trash can with a stick, and I was trying to sleep. I used to jump up yelling, "What? Oh, I don't know if I cuss. Get your, you know, wanting to fight." Whereas now, so this is a scenario right here. It's a true story. So I'm asleep, and then my son and this old lady, her name's Carol, she calls me. They call me and they say, "Conrad, come over here." I come, and this guy, he's beating on the trees and beating on trash cans and stuff. And I go walk over to him. Hey, what's your problem? And he goes, well, nobody's officially welcomed me to Venice. I go, man, consider yourself officially welcome to Venice, but we don't beat on the trees and stuff because they're alive, and you know, we kind of use the trash cans because people are sleeping, so let's not make that noise. Oh, he said, okay. He was just in a great mood. They called me an hour later, and I just made it up on the fly. I just came over, I walked in, he was a few feet away, and I just walked up to the trash can. And I said, John, why did you wake me up? And he's looking at me, talking to the trash can, and he's already packing his stuff. I wasn't really paying attention. And he has a crate and a string, so it's literally, and he's walking by. And he goes, as he's walking by, he goes, it's just a trash can. I go, his name is John. And he goes, okay. I go, if you want to stay up all night, they do that down there. Sam and them go down there by the bathroom. Sam and them, they do that drug down there, and they'll stay up with you and talk with you all night. Carlos, what's up? This is my buddy Carlos here. And hey, this is my buddy Carlos. He's part of the safety team, and I work with him. And you know, these guys are wonderful, man. They take care of everybody. So say hi. You know, introduce yourself.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Hi.
Morning, man.
Morning.
That's Fabian.
Yeah, Natalie, Nisha over there walking.
Uh-oh. I'm in trouble. I told you I'm in trouble. Yeah, I know I got to stay on TV.
Oh no, they're walking. They're just checking out everything. So
No, but I'm supposed to be painting the
yeah,
wall.
Conrad.
Okay, Carlos, thanks. That was a warning, see? That's on me here. I'm supposed to be painting the wall. That's what I do. I'm painting the wall here. And this one particularly. But what I do is I do all the graffiti all the way out here every day. I do graffiti from 7 to 4. And that's not even my job. My job is to talk to people, actually. But engagement. I don't know the name of my job. I'm really in trouble. I engage the homeless because several people out here, politicians included, police, have told me that they can't reach some people and they'll come and get me and I'm able to talk to them for whatever reason, you know. And I usually start out with them by listening, you know, because you know how you go to the doctor and you know how smart doctors are? Well, what do? Even psychiatrists, they go, well, what's wrong, right? And then you tell them what's hurting, then they tell you what's wrong. I go, okay, well, I do the same now. I go, man, what's wrong? You know, they tell me, and then we try to resolve it that way. But the difference being is with the police, they not understanding what they saying, you know, because of mental health or whatever. And I can just make it up, to be honest with you. I can make it up. I give them the benefit of the doubt. I laugh, smile, and then when it's time, you know, sometimes you have to react. You know what I mean? You gotta go there. Some people, to be honest with you, you just gotta hit them upside their head and bring them back because. My boss asked me, why you hit crazy people? And I go, I make them sane. She goes, what do you mean make them sane? I go, well, you know, they're always saying, I didn't do nothing. But when you hit them, they go, what did I do? So, you know, I tell them, I done brought them all the way back to Earth and all the way back to Venice. What time is it? At 9:20 in the morning. You see what I'm saying? Just be here with me and then we can talk about it, you know? So, and then too, it's you know, dangerous out here. It can be dangerous. And these, some of the women out here are some of the, gotta be the strongest thing. Well, homeless women have to be strong and tough because you got men out here that just, well, they men, you know. We all are men, but some of them really step over the line. So I have a lot of people come like to my car in the middle of the night and stuff. A lot of women too, but I'm not saying I gotta go, man. I'm gonna get in so much trouble. I see my boss coming, and don't laugh. I know I'm lying. Don't laugh. I don't want people laughing. I am in trouble. I'm not lying. But I'm doing engagement anyway. I'm doing my job, right? And I'm painting too. I'm doing 2 jobs. I'm trying to convince myself I'm not in trouble. Am I doing a good job or not?
Great job.
All right, so I don't know. I'm starting to shake. No, I'm just teasing. But yeah, you know, just that's what it is. And this is my home, and it's a beautiful place. As you can see, the ocean is right here. And I tell you, when you live out here and you walk here, the difference, another difference that I notice is the residents, like Fabian here, he doesn't miss the ocean. Me, I walked the boardwalk for months and never even looked at the ocean. And I thought, that's the craziest thing. You know what I mean? To have such a beautiful place to stay and be so caught up in whatever life got you caught up in that you don't have time to really see life. You know what I mean? So that too happens, you know, just trying to survive, and then, you know, not food, not that. Mostly survival out here is just drugs and alcohol, you know what I mean? But I just woke up one day and said, you know what, I'm tired of drinking beer. I'm gonna get a job. And here I am, you know, so I'm working, you know, this, and then I'm working at night doing security.
Did somebody help you with the job, like Chrysalis or?
Yeah, I went to Christmas, but I knew all the workers. That's what happened, because from living out here, I knew them all, and I knew the boss. I knew Paul, and Paul is a wonderful person. He just passed away on Father's Day, and I mean, he just took me under his wing. You know what I mean? And he knew me well. He knew me fighting. He knew me yelling. He knew me drinking beer. You know, all that. I don't do no drugs.
Do you still drink?
I do not. I do not. I just quit that day. I woke up that morning with a whole 40 and I quit that day. You know what I mean? I just quit quit that day. I mean, and I talked to counselors who say everybody can't do it, and they can, they can. You can do anything you want. I mean, you know, with help, with strength. And that's what I try to do. I try to strengthen them. I try not to say any negative things to anyone, but to spend everything positive from the very minute you wake up. Because if they look at me, I'll say, because I do believe in God. I'm not overly religious, and I don't push it to people. There's a lot of people out here who don't. You know, people out here, what's up, man? All right, who worship the ocean and other things. My point being is that, you know, I start with the wake up, and I say, okay, that in itself is a blessing to wake up. But I tell you, sometime by noon, I'll be like, you know, you could have just took me to heaven. I didn't really have to wake me up today, because it's turning out to be pretty rough here. But you know, in the end, it's over, and live to see another day. And that in itself is the lesson to learn of the day. You know what I mean? So that it's not repeated, and you just grow and learn every day. You know, that's guy. Hey, those are mine, man. Yeah, those are mine. Yeah, those are mine, and that wall is wet. You know, this guy. What's your name? All right, this is live here. Okay, so let's see. What's your name? I met you before. What's your name? But so, boss. I'm not even talking. Something to eat, and today is Tuesday. Wait a second, just give me. I'm not even putting you on. I'm saying, let me say, today's Tuesday, and you can't eat. Where are you going? Tuesday. They don't bring it out here. Saturday, Sunday here. Oh, go over to the bed and breakfast, right? You know where it is, right? Up Rose, almost to Lincoln, bed and breakfast. And you get free food there. Oatmeal. All right, Rose right here. Rose is right here. I'm gonna point. Rose is right here, where all those people are. And just make a left, and you go up to 3rd Street. Morning, guys. Up to 3rd Street, and they have food there until about 10. All right, you good? How you doing this morning, bro? Till about 10. What's up, y'all? These guys. All right, so then I'm not sure how long this is. I can see my boss doing that down there. But Nisi, my boss, she's a politician. So there's a mix here, you know what I'm saying, where we come together. If she's a politician, she's actually worked for the mayor. And that gives you strength too, to know the difference, how they feel, because, you know, politics and homeless don't mix, man. They smile and say what they're gonna do, and then it never happens. And then these people educate me why the homeless don't have a place to stay. But I came up with my own theories because I've been writing for quite a while. I was homeless on Skid Row before I came out here. And so I was writing a book, and I didn't know that I was writing a book. So I've been writing for a couple of years. The thing about this is that, I tell you something about writing this particular book is, when I was on drugs down there, I could only fit like 10 words on a page. I was nowhere between them. Now I write, 100 words. So that's when I noticed, what am I writing? I said, man, I look back on it and I go, hey, I was writing this whole time. And I'm not a writer, even at school, people tell you, write it down. No, if I can't keep it up here, it won't stick. But somehow I started writing.
So you write now every day?
Well, I don't really write every day, but I have a journal that's supposed to be wrote in every day, but no, I don't write every day. I can actually stay up and write all night till the sun come up and then go to work without no sleep, you know what I mean? Take these things off. And I have so much on my mind to where I had to start writing. I'll call little excerpts where I can just start it with the date and put the subject kind of down, and then I'll remember what it was about and come back later and fill it in because I got better as a writer. You know what I mean? I got more streamlined myself instead of just trying to write it out. So, you know, we'll see what happens with it. But writing also helps me because I have no one to talk to hear it, to see it, to read it. And when I read it, I go, that's not what I said. You know what I mean? Let's scratch some of that out. So it helps to walk a more straighter path, maybe, and not be so angry. Because I had a lot of anger issues, and it wasn't from being out here. I had anger issues against society in general. You know what I mean? And I don't mean like I just walk up like some people and just start hitting people or cursing people out. I just have my own mental issues, you know. But I was able to look in the mirror, and when you look in the mirror, it changes a lot because I can only see what I did there. With the whole situation, I can only see what I did. So then that's another thing that allowed me to come out here and talk to people because I don't think I'm nobody or nothing, and yet I'm everybody and everything I need to be when I need to be, you know what I mean? So I just call it at the season, you know, when it's the season, you know, because you learn things that in school and you think, I'm never going to use this, and then 30 years later, it comes the season, you go, wow, how do I know it? You think you don't even know. You learned it in kindergarten, so, you know, so I just learned, and I know we retain it, you know what I mean? So, you guys, I don't really talk this much. I'm so serious. Okay, Fabian, you're out of here, huh? Thank you, my brother. All right.
Nice talking to you, Conrad.
Nice talking to you, man. I will see you. I didn't even see your thing on there till now. That's so cool. Park where I'm supposed to work. I paint people's houses, garages. I give them so much trouble. I go so far away. I don't know why they still let me paint, but you know, it's the people have come to me. So I grew up in LA. I don't even see graffiti. I don't see graffiti when I drive down the street. I paint trash cans here because people say how beautiful it is to walk down the alley and not see graffiti. And I just go, okay, I don't even know how to answer that one. And then as I learn and listen more, then I go, yeah, it is kind of cool to walk down here and not see graffiti. I learn every day. Again, I always say that, learning. The difference being now that I started back to work, like people will say, this is a true story again. People say, how are you? And I go, I'm good. And then I go, how are you? And they go, I'm good too. And they go, well, something. And I messed it up because I asked them how old they are. I mean, how they're doing. They say good. And then they ask me how I'm doing, and I say I'm good. And they go, I'm happy you're doing good. And I go, okay, I don't think I've ever been told that in my life by a stranger that they were happy that I was happy. And that's marvelous. That made me even more happy, you know? They're happy, I was happy. So I was like, I wonder if we could play ping pong. You know what, I'm happy, you happy, then I'm happy. Your turn, you know what I mean? So, and then the day goes by like that, you know what I mean? So, you know, we'll get it together. I know people think, you know, so much going on out here, so much violence and all that. And that part is true too. There is some violence out here and mental health, but everybody listens to somebody. I believe that. Everybody listens to somebody. And if we all come together as a people, if we all can come together, we'll get it, we'll make it out. Because just like me and Fabian talking, and then you see the homeless talking to each other, see police talking to each other, but us, because we putting labels on the people and jobs, I think, rather than seeing each other as people. And then you start to add color, you know, I'm black and white and this here. And those things are important for heritage, but not for anger and violence, you know what I mean? People are people. And, uh-oh, here we go. Let me see. Hey man, what's wrong? You what? You want some coffee? Hey, you want some coffee? See, he's walking down the street just yelling. He got a rape and he's just yelling, but he wouldn't come and talk to me. But had I not been painting, I wouldn't have to talk to him. You know, I wouldn't have to walk with him. And the difference being is, if you hear and see what he said, you think he's violent. And he was probably one of the most non-violent people, but that ended up being his defense. He know he can't fight, he know he don't want to fight, so he just walks down cursing and acting all angry, and nobody approaches him. You see what I'm saying? And he's just learned, that's his survival. You know, and women have to do it even higher. You know what I mean? They really have to be even crazier. You know, yelling and screaming, and you say something to them, and it's and you're like, okay. And before you know it, then they're talking to you. I talked to girls and good morning. How are you guys? All right. You going to play basketball? Yeah. I'm coming down there, man. I know I could beat him because he's, look at him. He's like, nah, I know I could beat him. He only this tall. I'll be there. But the people are, you know, out here, man, we just the same. You know, we all just have to figure it out. Just figure it out. Yeah, but politicians, I'm not against them at all. They people too, and that's another label. But they another whole set of, you know, something going on. I don't know. I don't know how to touch that subject so much because I'm being educated where the money is going. You know, why I'm homeless. You know, and boy, I tell you that don't make a lot of sense to me. All these buildings, and, you know, homelessness. Some people want to be homeless. You know what I mean? I have people in the shelter with me, and they got tents out here. And, you know, they still have tents out here. I got people in the shelter who got tents in the shelter. I mean, I'm telling you, it was hard to put a roof over my head after a while. It was really hard, and it wasn't. I'm not claustrophobic, nothing. Kevin, I'm not. And then I have this brother right here, Kevin. You want to come over for a second? I told you when I see you, I'll call you over.
What, to do an interview?
Well, it's just live. I don't know about interview.
I talked to him already. He said he'll get at me. I'll be there with you.
Okay. So that
we gonna be separate. We can't be. I'm not gonna be doing it in your video.
Okay.
I'm gonna be different, and I'm not gonna have most of y'all in it.
Okay, you got it. All right. So then, Kevin's been out here. Kevin's been out here for 40 years, and he knows a lot of history. And he don't really mess with people. He's kind of antisocial, actually. Because he's been out here so long and he doesn't like the change, he still likes the old way it was, which, man, I don't know how long be on, but I mean, I could really keep going because I tell my boss, old people don't like change. Not that I'm speaking for old people, I just be talking for myself, but old people don't like change. But I know the other side of that coin is I ask myself, well, if I never change my mind, how do I know it works? So then, you know, I just be talking when I tell people, well, like change is true, but I do change. You know what I mean? I change and grow, but don't mean I gotta want to. It's something you have to. You know, some things you just have to do. You know, meaning, yeah, you gotta change, you gotta grow, you gotta adapt, and that's what we're doing out here. And it's not gonna be easy all the time, right? Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
Good, thank you.
All right. So I tell you guys what, man. He said be live. Hold on, I'm gonna push this down and try to move it because I'm not. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can. Maybe I'll see. All right. Do it. I see myself. Whatever. But I got it. So I know I'm off camera for a minute, but you guys can hear me. Again, I'm here to. That was my opening. As far as things going on out here, we probably not as bad as it looks on TV with all the fighting. I mean, we did kind of halfway burn down the boardwalk one time last year. That was pretty bad. I know it looked pretty bad when I saw it on TV. Like, wow, they wilding out. But again, that was mental health taking effect. You know, mental health and drugs, and you know. Maybe you got a pyro or something. You probably got a pretty good kick out of trying to start the whole boardwalk on fire. And another thing too, you know, we tend to regulate ourselves. We probably police won't know who did and how to do it, what we do. So we do it, so we take care of a lot of stuff ourselves and try not to get in trouble. Good morning, how you doing? So, you know, with that in mind, it's the, you know, that's the way it has to be done sometimes. They may never, you know, I don't want to like down them, the police, because, you know, you can't live with them, I mean without them. You can't live without the police, you know. You just can't live without the police. But you know, challenge everything. You know, that's how laws get changed. And you know, I got shot last summer. We're downtown protesting. People protesting when I got shot. It was just a rubber bullet, but I'll tell you a funny story. So here I am standing protesting, and I'm there with my son and some more. I went with all kids, by kids I mean everybody was under 25 but me. And I'm standing there, and police come, and all of a sudden they just come around the corner with the gun. And I turn around, and the 20-year-olds, they way out there. I'm like, oh. So I start running, bow. I get shot, I keep running, and I get there, I have a big old bruise. But I tell you, that bullet really changed the way I think. I went from thinking Black Lives Matter, which is absolutely true. Black lives do matter, to all life matter. The trees matter, the dogs matter, butterflies matter, sharks matter. I mean, I don't want to get ate by one, but you know, all life matters is what makes the world go round. And you know, you can be deceived because you get so caught up in one thing. And out here, being homeless, I don't know, guys. I don't know.